popular.
Oh my god!
That's why
so
I didn't.
we clapped to start this podcast.
That's
He's
why I
just
didn't
scared
want to-
this foster dog.
Never clap when there's a rescue-ish dog.
The annoying thing is, she's not in shot properly yet.
She,
Hey, Pops!
Oh,
Puppy!
Oh,
Hey,
Popster.
look at you.
Now, we're on the go here. This is alfresco, isn't it? This one.
This is redneck podcasting at its finest, basically.
Do you know what the worst part is? We're not just in a bedroom. We're in a spare bedroom.
We're in a spare bedroom. We're not in the master like we were last time.
We're in my old room.
We're in Joe's old room in the family home. And we do
paper.
yeah, some old school wallpaper. There's a picture up there. You can't see it, but I mean it is interesting.
It's shiny.
There's a dream catcher or something going on over there. It's like Mickey James's ears got caught on over there. We've got a rescue. We've got a foster. We usually have Joe talking about his animals.
Yeah.
And we've
Scotty stepped up to the plate this week.
Scott took home a foster because they're getting adopted tomorrow. So when you listen to this episode, which are on iTunes or Spotify, give us a 5-star review. This dog will be in a new home.
I know Poppy's on this podcast now, but she's going to be in like her forever home tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she's on this podcast forever now.
Yeah.
This episode
Yeah,
is like,
you are held.
oh,
She's
Barbara.
chilling. And again,
chilling.
if this adoption falls through, she's a lovely top. She's been honestly nothing but perfect. Look at her. And again, if you're listening to us on iTunes or Spotify, go to YouTube, The Peppercorn Boys, and you get your eyes on this little cock. A spaniel.
And this week you're getting a leak behind the bottom of the curtain because you're seeing what the brothers all wear on their bottom halves.
Yeah.
That's why I've got my phone here.
Yeah, Joe's got leggings on. I've got some Chalkline. Shout out to Chalkline if you want to sponsor us.
I'm going
that'd
to
be great.
Barlow as well. So I've got...
Yeah, I
Nice
know.
to face
Yeah, just
phone
leave that phone there. He's got a nootropics, which I believe is some ex-rugby players drink or something.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Paddy Pimblett or something.
Nah,
Something
it's
like
ex-PT. It's that PT on
James.
social
He's
media.
ex-rugby.
Huh?
Is he ex-rugby in the sense that
In
Bruno's
Australia,
ex-rugby?
I think he is.
He's a wannabe
more-
Australian though, isn't he?
No, I think he is
He's not
Australian,
Australian, though.
but he lives here.
But he talks English.
He talks a little bit English, yeah.
But he talks all English. He
I don't
translates
think.
from where we are.
Well, they speak English in Australia, don't
You could.
they?
If Ricky Ponting was
He's
sat
got
next
a
to
bit. He's
no,
got a
come
bit
on. If Ricky Ponting was sat next to us, would we be like, oh, we can't tell the difference
when
when we speak?
We get a lot of...
Australian.
comparisons to
Yeah,
like.
because we sound Australian, so a lot of people on adoption think I'm
Yeah.
from Australia when I do them.
Yeah. So
He's Australian. I'm
this is
fairly
where we gotta do
certain.
our best Ange impressions. We just want a good note on that, mate.
Oh, yeah. You have to get that rasp in your voice as well.
I don't really like our fan base, mate.
I'm your 30 million quid. That's not cheap, is it?
That's not cheap, mate, is it? Oh, I think I'm talking to Phil Mitchell. Popster is chilling. So this is a podcast, Poppy, and then we're called The Peppercorn. Have you followed us? Gorgeous. Lovely popster.
Well, now she's on it.
No, she's a lovely thing. We've had an interesting set of days. When you listen to this podcast, Bruno is here live.
Right there.
I think in 2 years he was here like 5 times. In the last 3 weeks, he's been here 3 times. I think. Like he is getting his miles in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's trying to buy a property nearby and we don't know about it or what.
I'm getting my miles in. The annoying thing is,
It's got to be ulterior motive here.
it's not an ulterior motive. I wish it was as well. But the first week was your birthday, so I made a effort to come up for your birthday. Then it was a week off, and then Eurovision.
Right.
Then it's been a week off, and now this. And it's because I don't think I'm coming up for like a month and a half. Maybe in like back end of July will be the next time I'm
Yeah,
up.
makes sense.
So I wanted to do it. And the annoying thing is, which is a little bit of a dig at you as well, because
I know what's going on.
every time I come up, I want to go out and about and explore this beautiful country. But
I've done that yet.
But the first week I came up, Scott's birthday. Hey, something you need to know about Scott is when I'm here, I stress him out a little bit. All right.
It doesn't stress me out. I find him super relaxed.
And when I go out, he doesn't like it that
He
much.
spends £300 when he leaves the house. Like if he leaves the house for 30 seconds, he'll spend £300. It doesn't like I have a gag that if I go into a shop, it's always £15. I don't know. I do if I got to get nothing, it'll be £15. If I go to get a lot, it's £15. Bruno's the opposite. It's £200. Like Bruno go, I'm going out. I'm just going to go to the Merco, which is like the local. What is it, like a mile away? And Bruno back, he's like, I end up getting like 150. I filled the tank, and then but there was a bottle of champagne there. I didn't understand why, so I bought it. He will appear with new things, but no. Carry on what you were saying, like.
So that weekend I thought, do you know what? For his birthday weekend, I'm not going to stress him out. So I stayed in, didn't do it. I was just on whatever Scott wanted. Scott got that weekend. All right. And then fast forward the week later, what does Big Man go and do? Like, he's always a little bit recluse when he come. Like, when I come, he wants to stay in. It's like, we don't need to go out, do we? And then as soon as I leave, out.
I went out.
And then the week after, I'm going to put that on me. It was Eurovision. I arrived, my tardiness, I was quite late. Probably about 3 days, 3 days over when
that trip was actually due like a month before.
And then it was just pretty intense with the cooking and stuff. So didn't get out that weekend, which is fine. But the weekend after,
I went out.
Scott went out again.
Where'd you go?
Only locally. It's like an appetite. We had a coffee or something. That's all he's asking for. He's just
come
on, let's just go out.
Let's get a little bit juiced.
The milk vending.
And now this week, I wanted to come up. I wanted to take Papa Raw to this beach place. The
brothers are more booked than ever, and we got a Foster dog.
Yeah, exactly. So
here we are in a spare room.
So it's a little bit.
Putting together the jankiest podcast you'll ever listen to.
So I guarantee next weekend, Scott will be out.
We are. If you want to see the brothers,
we'll be at a hotel somewhere.
Yeah, we're in Braintree in a hotel. Come find us.
So it is what it is at the end of the day, you know? It is what it is.
I know. The thing I thought you were getting to was, I thought you were going to get at the fact that, well, I'm not going to see you until after your birthday. So this is kind of your birthday
podcast, no? Or
no, not podcast. Like, we definitely do a podcast, but maybe I won't see you on your birthday. So this is because, like you said, it'll be back in July, and we're at the end of May now.
Hey.
So the whole of June's going to be a complete flood.
Hey.
And that's what I mean, but I thought you were going to get out like the idea of I had to actually travel to him for my birthday, and then I got here, and then what happened? Nothing happened.
I'm putting it out there, like, hey,
I got you a birthday present.
England's 2 weeks away.
2 weeks away. That's the end of the podcast. England's 2 weeks away.
My birthday's like 3 weeks away after the Euros, mate.
After the Euros?
No, it's after the Euros starts. And hey, it's nothing stopping you from coming down. However, I didn't want to put that on you because I know that you've got some travel.
Some demons.
You got mad. You got mad.
I'll say this.
You got some travel at the end of July.
Having moved to Wales, everything is super far away. So like, if I want to go to Tesco's, it's an hour away. If I go to work, it's an hour away. Everything's kind of a distance. So the idea of traveling 3 hours to go see you is not hard at all. But our dog, not this one, our actual dog, he's not keen on when I'm not in it, and he's also not keen on being in a car. So unless I could if I could levitate him, and then where you live, it's not allowed to have dogs. So like, there's all these kind of
limitations.
There's some limitations that if I obviously left my wife and my dog, I could come see you. Is that what you want?
That's the name of the podcast. I left my wife and my dog for Bruno.
Yeah.
It sounds like a country
All right,
song.
there we go.
Yeah, I don't think she'd like that title. If it pops up on her feed.
It's going to have to clickbait, isn't it? It's going to make her click on it.
I'll tell you what, we had a clickbait a couple of weeks ago. I don't even know what the clickbait was, but we had 5 times the amount of views as we usually do. I don't know what was going on, but I was looking at it like, if we ever got thousands on it, I don't know what I'd do. I was staring at it. So I was watching Stora, I think it was saying the other day, and it hit 10 million or some 12 million subs or something. But when people just watch it live.
Oh, what, the little ticker?
It's so good. It's starting, and within 15 minutes, it's gone like 100,000. I'm like, what? I was like, I just watch that all day. That's way too quick. That's too many accounts. I can't get one person to sub.
When you get to that level, and it's close to it, and say Store go live on it, you kind of know that it's going up. Like people play into it.
We should go live there. Maybe we get a million.
Maybe we should.
It is odd though. I when I see that, that growth is exponential.
Yeah.
Like, that is.
Yeah.
Like, on the Brothers All one, I grinded for 3 years where we were doing videos 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I was like reaching out to people, commenting, follow for follow. I do anything to try and get some things. And we built up to 550. And I mean, it took 3 years and a lot of work. And then I looked today and he had 500 happened while they were saying a sentence. And that really annoyed me, to be honest. And they put a lot of work in.
There's signs of live though, because it's a lot easier for someone to click on a live thing than it is to go.
Yeah, TikTok's the same. Peppercorn, I think eventually we need to go live on.
Even on Instagram.
I think it would be quite a good idea to go live on.
I think with Peppercorn as well, the more live you can do, the better. So if you jumped on the live and just spokespeople, or if we did, and when we're all together.
Yeah, I'm
like,
very.
I'd love to watch it live.
It would be mental with me. I'll be like, that.
Even on
Hey Spencer, good to see you. Thanks for the roses.
even on Insta story when like a live pops up at the top, I'll always click on it
just
to see what's going on.
I do as well because I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I want to see what they're doing right now. Like,
and they're usually in a janky room like this.
Yeah.
And you're just like.
Same reason we used to like Periscope.
Eric, do you remember Periscope?
Yeah, you just click on like a random place in like
Nova Scotia.
Yeah, and you click on it and it'd be just some random guy in his house.
They did that like so Periscope, I'm guessing, turned into Omegle, and then Omegle got shut down.
Yeah, Omegle though was very personal because that's like direct.
It was.
I
like
guess it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think it.
But Periscope would seem to always be like we'd have one in the corner.
Yeah.
So just kind of eavesdropping.
Like
there's no sound though, so you're just watching us.
Like CCTV. Yeah.
Whereas Omegle's like we're just like, right? Like he just pops it. Right? How you doing? It's like Gunners Are Us when people try to invite themselves. I was like, I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
They just pop like, mate.
Yeah, you need to. You
got to vet these people.
I do quite like the idea of getting some randoms in.
Yeah. Modern streamers are really good at that stuff. Where they almost the controversy that comes with it. But they deal with it really well. But whereas I'm from that era, it's like PG, like John Cena, like, yes sir. I don't want any bad language on my stream or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But it was definitely changing because people, if you're not saying the thing, people don't seem to cancel the person. Whereas it went for a bit where, if you're just in like a room and someone says something bad, you're like, oh, you're also cancelled.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's gone a little bit beyond that. Like IshowSpeed should have cancelled himself 1,000 times, but he hasn't. But that guy was also doing the cheddar thing yesterday.
Cheddar. Whatever it's called. What is it? Cheddar Gorge race or something?
Cheddar Gorge is a great place. Go visit.
Have you been there?
Mate, the first 9 years of my life was in the Cheddar Gorge.
You visited the Cheddar
We used to go
Gorge?
to Cheddar Gorge, didn't we?
You were granddad, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and his name was George, so we used to go to
I
Cheddar
like
George and
that.
Gorge. Damn it, I missed it.
Was he gorgeous, was he?
He was gorgeous.
Gorgeous Cheddar George?
Yeah. Gorgeous Cheddar George. That's my NXT name. I'm happy with that NXT name.
You're fit into a faction.
We find a way of putting cheddar into everything.
Yeah,
sandwiches and just names.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
We should get onto that.
He ran down that hill. We should do it.
Yeah, we should. I'm not sure.
Honestly, the speed you could pick up.
Well, barrel roll down there.
You might turn into a stone. Like you hurt people.
I could turn into a stone, but I think my legs would be gone the first 20 meters if I went down.
I like the idea, like if you watch, a lot of people start sliding at the start.
Yeah.
Because you pick up pace.
Yeah.
And then about halfway, if you think, oh, okay, you could try and run.
Yeah.
Because it starts to level out a tiny bit. But some people will start running from the top, and they just, if you watch videos like skiers, and they're just like, they do that. But there's people at the bottom trying to catch the people to stop them, but they're getting wiped out.
I
don't understand how this is still happening.
Man, it's old fairy tale. Do you know, I'll come on to another like old timer thing that I kind of want to do. But what worries me about going down the hill is if you're doing the slide bit at the start and then you're running, if you like plant your knees
and then
it's like straighten the leg up. Oh, you.
Yeah, and then you flip and then you lie on your head, you neck, arm, leg. Yeah, he'd have been hospital. But it was like
he called it like the weirdest thing in the world.
What he said he had is basically a different way of saying, what's that thing we all was freaked out by? The thing where you have to open up someone's leg.
Oh,
compartment syndrome.
Yeah,
I think it's that.
One of my good friends had.
Yeah, I remember you saying
that's rough.
That worries me a lot because having played football and stuff, I've had a lot of dead legs and things that it's got quite a hard impact. People have had it from dead legs or MMA people get it.
That's crazy. If he was having that and he was just like, yeah, I've just got to go to hospital, haven't I?
Yeah.
Just gonna open my leg up.
Well, I mean, I haven't heard from him since, so he might have just bruised his leg.
I've seen it on like doctor programs where they do the compartment syndrome ones. And just, I think it is a little bit like that.
It is. It's like releasing pressure.
Like when you're cooking an overcooked turkey.
Yeah.
You run the knife. And
you not feel overcook your turkey?
Yeah.
That's from something. I can't.
Honestly, the idea of you cooking a turkey alone is something I can't imagine.
Cooking anything.
Cooking anything, yeah.
I'll definitely overcook it.
Yeah, you had his chicken. I swear to God, you could use it as a toothpick.
To be fair, looking at his eyes, say he's been cooking meth.
Yeah. This guy brings up meth every week.
I'm not high.
No, he's not. He's got him from a very long emotional day at work at the rescue. And then he's had a shower.
One of his best friends is just absolutely ripping into
him. And one of the things, he's giving his bloody rugby player a drink as well. He's trying to cheer him up.
He's helping. He's got an eye on it.
Is it tasty?
What?
I don't do drugs.
It's citrus.
It's not drugs.
Yeah, I don't do anything that says nootropics on it.
Newtonic.
Nah.
Newtonic.
No.
Productivity drink.
Nah, it's probably kratom or something.
For your focus.
No, I'm alright.
Get one on Amazon.
Is that what they're from?
I got that one on Amazon, I think. But you can just get one from the website.
That's tasty.
But Joe's, I know I was mentioning, I think a few weeks ago I talked about Kieran taking off 4 layers of skin.
Yeah.
That's what Joe does with his eyes.
Yeah, Joe.
Once he gets in there,
Joe doesn't like closing his eyes in the shower. It's just
Joe likes to watch it come out of a little bit, so he likes to count them, and he's an inch away from it. And the boiler, he's also one like Bruno.
Yeah.
If you go in the shower after these two,
Yeah.
I swear to God, I don't know what they're trying
Mine's
to attempt.
not as bad, but sometimes I do like a hot shower. But I don't mind the cold.
What kind of
as
stages
well.
do you think there are of a shower? Because for me, there's like it's an ice bath, like it's uncomfortable and it takes your breath away.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of like having a cold shower, but it's like doable. It's cold,
I don't like that part of it where it's doable or cold. I either like proper
freezing,
just
or
proper
I don't want skin afterwards.
Find as much you can.
Sorry, what just happened there? Do you know one time? No, it's only swung backwards. I thought the devil was here. I was going through your head.
No. So you're looking at me. There's nothing on that.
No, it made me feel like it had gone off.
I was questioning it because it looked like it was off, and I was like,
I think like a message came through on it, and then there was like it went like dark, and I was like, that's weird.
No, you're fine. It's just
You
connected.
can see it. So it doesn't matter.
Mate.
Yeah, you were saying?
So I either like it at the coldest setting it goes, or just past when it gets medium. But sometimes if I really need it, it's nice.
That itchy, you know, it's hot. It's like itchy back. I don't get that.
No, I don't.
And I don't mean the stuff that Joey Tribbiani was trying to sell. I mean that itchy back. It's just like I'm bringing itchy back. I don't know. I'm a medium guy. Like I wanted to like when I get out, I want to be already cold.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you hardly touch the water when you're in there.
So you're saying my brother stares at the wall and I won't even be in there. Yeah, I'm not in there long. I mean, I'm a 30-second shower guy, and that's if I'm doing like shampoo and condition.
Yeah. You should see this guy brush his teeth though. I was showering while
I heard you go, "Are you okay?"
You don't have to watch me do my teeth. You can hear.
No, you can hear it from anywhere in the house or in the village.
I think he's cleaned his esophagus with it a couple of times.
Basically, it's
I like to tickle my tonsils. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Tacos. Yeah, if Bruno brushing his teeth essentially is, it's just someone vomiting. That's what it is. And we had a friend, and I don't know why, but I really like bringing this up because I don't think we talk about it on the podcast, is he used to stab while he vomited.
Oh, yeah.
And I do think about this time to time because there was a thing the other day that the older a white man gets, the louder he gets at vomiting. Like as if it's really putting him out. And I remember the first time I heard my dad vomit, and I thought he was screaming into a wall somewhere, and I was like, "Oh my God!" But then our friend Ollie had a new one. He would. I don't really know how he was stamping, really, but he was stamping while he was in the toilet bowl. Was he like? Did he have one leg up like a
he
dog?
might have been over, like
Bent over.
Bent over the sink as well. He might have done it into the sink.
Yeah, I'm not imagining this.
You're
He used to
100%
stamp,
not imagining it.
like repeatedly, like a beat.
Yeah, so it was vomit, dung, dung.
Yeah, you do it.
Vomit, dung, dung.
Yeah. No, by the way, our friends didn't all just vomit a lot.
Yeah. That was just that one night.
Yeah, it was just one time where he vomited a lot, but
What was I doing that night?
usually smile, do it through like normal teeth, and then it just you
You
spit
haven't
out.
said that story from the
Have I not?
kebab house. No,
Maybe
not-
this is the
not-
moment.
yeah,
Maybe this is
you
the
might
moment
have to-
because we are talking about sick.
Yeah,
This is the sick
I'm
episode.
trying not to.
If you're triggered by sick, I really
Yeah.
apologise that we've jumped into this.
That was a bad one.
Bruno had a bad experience with alcohol. Drink responsibly, where he was in a clubhouse of a football team that we played for. We all played for, and Bruno said some words that when you're 19,
Around some
19,
laddies,
you reckon
yeah.
19?
You're 19 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So when you're like 19 and you've got 26 to like 35-year-old football players, he said the ominous words of "takes a lot to get me drunk." And the big man at the time was probably 200 pounds. And he thought he's like, "I'm a big lad." And they went, "Oh, okay." And it's called top shelving, isn't it? So
Yeah.
They got a pint glass
Yeah.
and they did every single spirit like a shot until it was a full pint.
Yeah.
By the way,
Filled it
never
up
do
with-
this.
And then filled it up. No, they did the shot and then filled the rest up with beer or cider or whatever
Okay.
it was.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Again, Bruno downplayed that a little bit. Still horrific.
Yeah.
And don't do this. because I think this is actually
I
in hindsight.
I think it could have been.
You got away with it, but
yeah.
really you probably shouldn't. Because I think you were bad for like 3 days.
Yeah, I
like,
was. That's the worst I've ever been.
Yeah, and
that's alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. And again, I talk about Bruno's nuances, like when he drinks one eye shut, the other one looks at reads his book or something. I mean, they gave him this pint glass, like giggling between themselves. And I mean, he put it back in less than 2 seconds. He opened up the glass, and he put it down, he slammed it down, pushed it across, and he carried on drinking the beer he had prior. And you just and they were like, and in their head, I'm thinking, he wasn't supposed to actually drink it. I thought he'd sip it, and I'll drink it, and then you drink a little bit more, and they're like, don't worry. Now it's in, and now he's carrying on his life. And everyone's going to look at him for the next 10, 15 minutes, and they're thinking,
and then we made
he seems absolutely fine. So we go, everyone's like, let's head into town, because we're in a clubhouse. So I'm driving because I don't drink and stuff. Joe's in the front, and I think...
No, I was in the front, I think, with you.
Yes, it was, yeah.
It was,
And it was Joe and Ollie, the stamper. He was stamping already.
Yeah.
We were driving into town, and ironically, we drove past our actual manager, who was not on this trip.
No, that was later in the evening, wasn't it?
No, because he came and looked in the car.
Oh,
and this is when we started to worry.
Oh.
Because on the drive to Alton, Bruno he starts giggling, he goes, I can't feel my teeth. And we were like, that's a weird thing to say. And we turned around, and he's like, he's like laughing and touching. He's like, I can't feel them. And we're like, this might be bad. And then we stopped because we saw a manager, Bavers.
Yeah.
And
fair, I was probably gone then.
I don't think manager should be seeing that. I don't think that's what you want everyone to be doing. But
what he used to put us through in training.
Yeah, yeah. Just football training, by the way. That's not abusive by me. Like, it was just really hard football training. But he came and put his head through the window. He's like, lads, having a good night. And Bruno is like 3 inches from his man. Bava's like, I mean, if you think I've got an over-expressive face, I mean, this guy is like Freddie Starr meets
he looks like
Sharon Stone. I don't know.
He looked like the guy off NFL. What's that guy's name?
He looks exactly like the NFL guy. The
one that wears like the surf necklaces and stuff.
Yeah. He's like
a
coach.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember his name.
The Hawaiian guy on English NFL Sky Sports.
He looks like him. And he puts it, having a good night, lads. And Bruno is just belly laughing like 3 inches from his face. Just like, and Papa's like, he's having a good night. And Bruno's like, he's gone. And we get into town. And to be fair, that middle portion
was just kind of...
I didn't notice anything odd. I mean, like the Fratellis come on. Someone tried to strip me.
One of our strikers got beaten up.
I get...
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I think I remember
that venue,
Yeah, I get flashbacks of certain parts of it. So I remember that I can't feel my teeth anymore. And I remember being in one bar and kind of...
Oh, do you actually remember where we were?
And then I remember the end of the night where we met Bavers out on the street.
Oh, did we meet him again?
Yeah.
What was he doing just out on the street all night?
I don't know. I think he was just out having his coach's night, like, you know?
Yeah, because I remember we went to that bar, there's like a square in Alton.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of Weatherspoons probably.
Yeah.
We were in there a lot. I remember the Fratelli's playing. I remember everyone trying to get my clothes off. Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't remember that.
I remember James Tudor particularly trying to get my shirt off. And I was wearing like jeans with like
that player of the season type mentality.
Right. You remember like in 2009 when we wear like jeans but with like a nice button up.
Yeah.
We look quite
of course
good.
We would, yeah. But it's the Ralph Lauren polos, isn't it?
Yeah. And they're trying to get that off or whatever. We're having some fun. We went to the one opposite. I remember someone started being sick there and there's people started to leave because they were like, there's 251. Bruno's still hanging in there at this point. Absolutely fine. Then someone got beaten up. We had to run to another place to try and protect that guy. Too late. The ambulance is there and the police. And then we carry on. So basically, it gets to the end of the night. And again, you've got to remember, I've probably been out on a night out like that no more than 5 times in my whole life. This is 1 of 5. I've never spent, like, this is like beyond midnight kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I remember it relatively clearly. But we went to a kebab house that was right at the top of town. And there was like 5 of us around the table, whatever, and Bruno wasn't eating because obviously he probably wasn't in the right state to. And he was just looking and can I describe it? You know, if you're in a rom-com and the way that the guy lovingly looks at the picture, that's how he's looking at everyone. He's always smouldering. Like, his eyes are glistening. He's got a lot of like.
He's trying to keep it together.
Yeah. In hindsight, I think he's just trying to keep it together. But I mean, there was a sparkle in his eye, you know, where you just thought, God, he looks happy. And we were all just eating and talking, and all of a sudden he just and just so much came out of him onto the floor.
Well, at least he did it on the floor, not the table.
I just looked to the side and
he went. And he spat on top of it on the floor, turned around, Nothing happened. Carried on talking, and just like, and everyone was like, and then he went, and he just screamed. It all came out again. He spat. He got up, put his chair in, and left. And he put his hands in his pocket, and he was just outside the window. We could see him. He was 6 feet from us, and his hands in his pocket, just kicking the rubbish on the floor, just pacing, smiling out there. And we were like. And we're also, and the guy on the counter, I think the guy was from Turkey or somewhere, he was screaming in his native language at us. He's like, what the hell? And he's like, what happened? And we're like, I don't know what's happened. And I it's like a faucet's gone off. Like, the floor in the middle of the women that were in there ran, because no one wanted to be near it. And I mean... Yeah, and he was just outside. He wasn't like getting away to like avoid the confrontation. He was looking through the window. I was like, "Are you guys coming out?" And we was, "Oh my god, what's he done?" And yeah, the guy came out. He started mopping up. We started offering to mop it up, and he was just out the front talking to someone else.
I think Babbers was back.
That was when Babbers found out about it. Yeah.
I've never felt so bad.
Yeah,
he did seem
after the fact, like a couple
you
of
just
days
so
later.
smiley through it all, and just the fact he was spitting on top of it, as if it was just a toilet. It was the guy's bed, like that was his place of work.
Hygienically, not good.
Food place.
Yeah.
You know? And it was just the way nonchalantly you could see him through the window. He wasn't trying to get away with it. He was just looking back through at us and just kicking around, hands in the pocket, a nice jacket on. Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
But yeah, he wasn't stamping. But I just remember Ledge, like when he did, he was like, "What the hell?" Like he was just like he was almost on top of the table. Like, what's happening there? It was mad. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I mean, in hindsight, and yeah, I remember the next couple of days you were really sick. Bad. And again, like I said at the start, do not do that. Ever do that.
Good story, though.
It's a funny story that is just pretend you did it and tell that story I just told because it is funny and true. Unfortunately, nothing I said there was brought up.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't build it. I didn't make it seem worse than it was.
Yeah,
everything I just said was exactly.
The only thing I remember from the whole night.
I was going to say, that's what I said from the start of the things with the Bruno's the type of guy. You could just reel off some proper absolute facts and it's mental.
Still mad, yeah.
This is nuts though, because I don't even know, Bruno's not even a big drinker.
No.
In general.
No.
Like, I don't think I've seen him
He's not
really
a
drink.
drinker. I made that face, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just going to say, but if you wanted to have like beers, you will have 5 or 6 pints and he'd be exactly how he is right this second.
You might make a nice cocktail or something. But...
Oh, I was saying that recently. We did tell the story.
We did tell the story of that one. That was a good buzz, though.
Yeah, you were telling us. In the moment,
I enjoyed that.
I think this is
one of my best memories of a birthday is I had a cowboy bath.
We talked about last week.
And I can't remember what birthday it was. It was before COVID.
33.
But I was in the bath and you were making gin. You're making some sort of gin things.
Yeah.
And you handed me the first one. And it was like a trial one. But it was so strong. But I enjoyed it so much.
It would have been potentially after Raymont's wedding reception, because at that reception I had gin and tonic pretty much like for the first time.
I remember you were knocking up gin and tonics all night.
Yeah.
I do remember that era of all our friends, not me.
that was a little bit before they went properly.
Everyone was like, oh, gin tea. Everyone listened to like, I don't know, like, everyone watched In-Betweeners and like, listened to the Kooks and everyone started saying like that and everyone had like a bandana on their wrist. Yeah. I just didn't like that era.
They went through that era and I feel like I've gone into a basic era now because when I go out, I actually really want tequila soda.
Tequila soda, I think that's not bad.
Is that not as bad?
Nah, G&T is like, you imagine it like your really annoying uncle from the 80s. Yeah. That's that guy. You know, the one that's a little bad.
There used to be in the pub that I worked at, someone who pretty much walked in, he was very well off. But dressed like we did on that 4 Marks night out, jeans and a very nice polo. He used to love a G&T, but we used to have it in the thin boys that you like, but with a bit of cucumber in there. And I just remember him drinking like I was like, that's not me. It's not me.
Yeah, I think because I don't drink, but I always said I would be more partial to like whiskey.
Yeah.
Than like and the only reason this doesn't make any sense because I don't know what I'm on about, but the idea of like a Sprite is like a day drink, whereas a Diet Coke's like an evening drink, and I feel like there's like something sharp about like fruity kind of clear drinks. That makes sense. That I feel like I just couldn't enjoy because even if I have a Sprite, I'm like it's all right, but I don't feel like I'm quenching that.
Well, mornings of a strong dark drinks. Evenings are from strong dark drinks.
And then right in the middle.
Daytime for light clear drinks.
Like
Yeah, I
monsters
kinda
and
like-
stuff like that, you know?
What did you say?
Monsters in the day, you know?
Oh yeah, monster. Oh, in the morning for me.
Or I'm drinking this now. But
Yeah, I don't do drugs, but yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, we haven't really had a formula here. We've talked about the IshowSpeed running down a hill.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about vomit.
Yeah.
There's a very good story in there, which is I'm glad we finally told that one because
That
that
needs to be
story
out
is
and about.
it's up there with one of my favourites.
and I haven't laughed that hard for a while. Like how
Just then. I blacked out during the story. I was just hoping I was getting it right. I have to watch it back to know if I was like,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I knew exactly what I was doing. Do we want to do some pepper and cornets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to sound it like new news, so I'm going to go. Are you ready for some pepper or cornets?
Pepper or cornets?
Yeah, there's no way of doing this. It sounds
No,
pepper or cornets.
it's-
Pepper or cornets?
yeah.
That sounded right.
All right.
Joe's good at reads.
He's
There's all that
very
other
good, yeah.
podcast. I only use his SeatGeek advert because my one sounds trash and his is very like.
I'm a human
Yeah,
soundbite.
okay, there it
Human
is.
soundbite.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that sounded better.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't do my research today.
So
Alright.
you working on fly now?
I'm not working technically on the fly. It's because I have a couple backed up pepper or cornets. But I feel like I might just do it because it's a couple weeks after it was announced and we're in Welsh country. So pepper or cornet, Gavin and Stacey.
Oh,
in general.
Yeah, in general and the final episode.
I'm gonna heavy pepper it immediately. I like Gavin and Stacey a lot. I'm not someone who's like watched all. I don't think I've probably ever watched it all in a row. You know, from back to front a couple times. I've seen probably 99% of the episodes. There's maybe one or two that I've not. A couple of the Christmas specials have definitely.
Been replayed a
Yeah,
lot.
I've watched them a lot. And there's certain episodes I feel like when I do watch it, it's those same.
Yeah.
I feel very similarly about the In-Betweeners. I feel like I've seen all the In-Betweeners.
I haven't watched the In-Betweeners in order, I don't
Yeah, I
think,
think
but
I've just seen
them
a
all.
lot. Yeah.
You know what's really underrated? I watched it from beginning to end. Friday Night Dinner.
I've never watched Friday.
I've never watched
That is-
I
Is that
think
what you're going to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? He's going to see. You know,
Greg Davis.
Yeah, don't say his real name. No one knows it. He's already said it. The headmaster in Betweeners.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't have a real name, I don't think.
I don't know what it is.
No, thank you.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, he's going to see him.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Could you imagine Bruno going to see that?
Yes.
Okay.
That kind of messes up your thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I can see that, yeah.
I can't see it at all. I think that's hilarious. He's going to see that.
I'm
You also saw Jimmy Carr, and that phrased me a little bit.
I like Jimmy
No,
Carr.
I'm
a
not saying
lot.
he's bad, but I'm just saying it just seems.
I've
You're
seen-
so Americana. I feel like the idea of you seeing a British comedy. You're like,
No,
oh.
I like I'd go see Michael McIntyre.
I was going to say I like mac and cheese. And you were like trying to prove something. I was like, I don't know what.
I've seen Jack Whitehall.
Oh, you're a big English comedian.
I've
You really
seen.
like that TikTok guy that's really aggressive.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
quite
fine.
like the guy. Yes, the live
He doesn't have a name, does he?
Podlian. No, but I like the
You've
guy
seen-
that did the.
Oh, the slow mo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all he's got. I think.
It
I'll
kind
go
of
see live just to see it live.
Yeah. There's a few English ones, but I would agree with you. I'm very much more American comedian
Yeah.
because I've seen Eliza a couple of times over here.
Oh, Koshi. Anyway, have you seen? By the way, have you seen the cast for this new Airplane film?
No.
It's Cody Rhodes and Liza Koshy.
Oh.
Wait.
I love Liza Koshy.
It's not Airplane. It's you know the one.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen.
Naked Gun?
Naked
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're doing a remake of one of these, and it's
Well, they're the two main guys.
they're one of 4 of the people they've announced.
That's incredible. That sounds perfect.
Isn't that random?
That's
It
great.
does feel a little bit like a sketch.
Mate, she got away from
Yeah.
that deadbeat, and then
Yeah,
she
that's
just absolutely
honestly,
rose.
shout out to anyone dislike David Dobrik before me.
Yeah. Shout out Jeff.
Yeah, I got it a lot.
With Team Jeff, yeah.
No, I like Zayn and Heath, and I'm through Zayn and Heath.
I'm through and through Corinna.
It's quite sad. Well, you say Corinna for Bruno.
I said I'm through and through Corinna.
Didn't like that.
No, well, you said through and through.
Yeah, no, but it
Zayn and
sounded
Heath.
worse when you said that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
The last episode I always find interesting because
It's
it's another season would be really good. And a special's nice, especially a Christmas one, like just because As far as Christmas, I think they've announced 2 specials this year. It's Gavin and Stacey, and I think it's Outnumbered, which I think is your boy again. It's definitely not your boy.
My boy Greggy G. Greggy D.
No, your boy's Greg Hardy. Anyway, I like the special. I like the Christmas one, but they just done one. I don't know how they're ending it. But either way, I think the show's brilliant, and then, our life is kind of, especially the Peppercorns.
Yeah.
We've got, the Essex boy. We've got people in England. We've got people near Barry.
Yeah.
We're all doing the commute. We're going past.
We're all going near Cheveley. Every time I pass Cheveley, I can't do that drive up here without thinking of Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, because it's Cheveley and it's laid on there.
Yeah.
We should go to Barry Island.
We should go.
There's another one just before the bridge, literally just before the bridge.
Lay down there.
No. The
Memory.
one, but you have to actually come off the M4 a little bit to go to it.
Memory?
No, because that's actually on the M4. Memory and Lay Down There is on.
Peppercorns Services.
Yeah. But yeah, there's another one that I was like, does that get mentioned in that?
In the Gavin Stacey or in
I'm
our
not
group
sure.
chat?
No, in Gavin Stacey.
Because the cool thing with Gavin Stacey is it has a running through joke for our Peppercorns, and life kind of imitated art because the Peppercorn thing was before we moved to Wales.
Yeah.
Not the Peppercorn part was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Tegu. When we got smoked out by the Peppercorns.
Oh no,
we were in
Wales. Yeah.
Okay, because when we first met them and we started hanging out, we were still in Tegu.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just linking government things now, aren't you?
What did I say?
You said.
Hey, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, the new house is not there anymore.
Not my house. Yeah, figure out where that is.
Go back to a couple of the first episodes where we talk about the Table Wrestling Association.
Oh yeah. Saying that, with our wrestling, we had a lot of people that sent. There's a couple of fans that you listen. The General being one of them. They know our address because they've sent us stuff, and it's more of a friend than a fan.
Yeah.
But there's other fans that have sent stuff to the other house before. Never gave them my address.
That's mental, isn't it?
So people do find it.
Yeah.
And that also I like that story because it made me sound like a big shot, didn't it?
Big shot.
Fans are sending it. I have a PO box.
Yeah.
I don't. But my bank details are in the description below.
Yeah.
So just send me money. Yeah, I love it. I feel like I'm the only one talking about it, but I love it. I don't really know what else I can say.
I like you. I don't know how they're going to wrap up. I don't like when shows wrap up in just one episode. Like, I feel like it needs a little bit more.
Can I just add something? Because I just listened to a podcast with Schmidt and Nick Miller.
Okay. It's a very good podcast.
Yeah, and they were talking about this whole premise because they were saying that the woman that ran it, Liz, they're all still friends.
Is that new girl you're talking about?
Yes, new girl. Sorry, yeah. They were saying that they're all still friends, so it's not a situation where they all need to get back together. Like with Friends, it was a bit, everyone was all over the shop. They're all in a text chain still, and they chat daily. And it was like we're literally waiting for her to say it's a one-off special, or it's a reunion, or it's a new series. They're all willing to do it. But it's more her baby. And they were saying on the podcast that Lisa Kudrow said it on the Friends reunion that the problem with coming back is that you work so hard to tie up every loose end.
Yeah.
You have to undo it all to redo it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't do it as well as you did it before, so it's almost like don't undo it because you might not be able to put it back together.
Yeah.
I think that's what their theory's been, that they haven't. It's like one of those rare shows that did their thing and then left it where it was.
Yeah.
You think James Cordon was doing very hard work, like busy work, for so long there, and he managed to still get a Christmas special out in amongst it. But he was saying at the time, it's not my best work because I'm not. Whereas now he's back in England.
Yeah.
He's with Ruth Jones, and they're putting. I think this will be the
real
one.
Like
I think it'll be the best content.
My sidebar to this kind of thing is because it's definitely a very pepper or cornet. Like, what's that word that I keep forgetting?
Thank you.
That's funny. That's good because I'm the most polite person in this group. Where you either polarizing. James Cordon is very polarizing.
Yeah.
It was going to be
I like James Cordon.
I do.
I feel like there is an issue. People have issues with people that pop up everywhere. That's one. And the other issue is I know he was nasty to a waiter in New York or something. I mean, if you don't like celebrities based on that, you don't like any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, like Bruno spat at one. So I mean, like you wouldn't like Big Man. No, yeah, it's you know, is that a certain date? Is that even true? There's all these things, and people make opinions on it. And I like James Cordon. I like Gavin and Stacey. I like James Cordon. I think he's a bit of a genius when it comes to
in a way, yeah,
making content. Because I mean, carpool karaoke, all these things he's kind of been a part of. I mean, for a British guy to be the best late night host for that long, for like 8-9 years, is mad.
It was big. I thoroughly enjoyed even the late night show. Like that kind of got me into more of the late night shows. Like, because I didn't really like pay attention until that stuff came up.
And Americans seemed to like it, and then English learned about late night shows because they watched YouTube clips, and then he made viral clips.
Yeah.
More important than the show to an extent.
Yeah.
And that's the first time people.
Well, the rap battles still get watched.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
So many things. Carpool karaoke, rap battle. That's mad.
It's mental.
No, as far as Gavin Stacey, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Pepper.
Yeah, I'm going to have Gavin Stacey. Well, what do you reckon though? Smithy and Nessa getting together, or do you reckon that she can stay friends?
Nah, they are 100%.
Where were we at? I thought.
Didn't they propose?
He proposed.
But she never answered.
Or she proposed?
Something happened.
Sorry.
But no one answered, did they? So we
don't know. Yeah,
I think they got to get married and they got to do it.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do anything like really like, because that show's really smart because it's funny, but there's also a through line of quite like, especially I don't know if it's more for the British audience, but there's something very real about it all that makes it very kind of emotional. The program, even if it's not supposed to be,
I think that's parents, the allure of it. Isn't it?
You see your parents in Gavin's parents, and you see your mate in Smithy.
Yeah.
Like I physically do, which is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a weird one, and I was worried they're going to do something where they're going to kill off like a very big character because they have lost someone since, which is the next door neighbour in Wales. The old lady always tries to kiss Gavin.
I think they already covered that in the
last one.
Yeah,
there's a few things like that, but no, I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah, and it goes back to what you were saying about celebrities.
How deep is your one? Because I know
it's not.
Okay.
But you were talking about celebrities, and weirdly that links to mine. Mourning the death of celebrities you don't know personally.
Wow.
So I think
how am I going to get an overlay for that one? Like, what celebrity do you want me to put as the overlay for this one?
But Britney Spears as a ghost. Because we're still.
Should we put the real Avril Lavigne there?
Melissa?
Yeah.
Is Melissa the real one now? Wait, by the way, this is a great question because we're going to do a full conspiracy episode.
Oh, 100%. When does the statute of limitations run out on Avril, like Melissa being Avril Lavigne, that it then just is her, yeah.
The statute of limitations like 3 years, isn't it?
Okay.
3 years.
Well, they moved from Paris to New York. I'm a nightmare, like, because that's not even good. Like, you know,
it's actually good. I like that.
No,
it was close.
No, I do. I watch certain shows now, and people are trying to be funny all the time, and I'm like, that's me.
That's your life, yeah.
Oh, that's quite funny.
I try and be that on headset all the time, but my jokes don't go over, and I alienate the group.
That might be you, bro. That might be you, bro.
Yeah,
that's the name of the podcast. My jokes don't go over it.
We have a friend, and he's about 5'10". He thinks he's Irish, Welsh, Scottish, English. He has a lot of tattoos, but I don't want to name him. What he'll say is he will say a lot of jokes that are quite aggressive, and no one will laugh. And you go, "Is this thing on?" And then we always say, "It's just not funny." And if you ever say like, I need a better audience. You know when like people go through an era in their life and you go, I need better friends. You're probably the problem.
It is, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And again, like I said, I'm not going to name him, but we have a friend that did do that.
And he's probably listening right now.
Yeah, and he was a lucha.
He was. Probably his best version of himself was that lucha.
Oh my god.
I've never seen him go like that. He couldn't even get that. It appeared at my wedding as well, but I think I've covered that. But again, I don't want to name him.
No.
But his full government name rhymes with Beeran. No, I'm kidding. Ed Beeran over here.
What celebrity do you want me to put as the face of this overlay, Joe?
I don't know, but my reason for this is like...
Can I do a quick fire thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly say something. You have to answer within a second. Okay. Celebrity death.
Michael Jackson.
Celebrity death.
Elvis.
Celebrity death.
Michael Jackson. And do you know what my second was? Elvis. So we've learned something because...
Well, they're icons.
This is it.
Yeah.
and they both have a shady past.
Yeah.
This guy,
dead, isn't he?
this guy will protect Elvis,
Yeah.
and I could read
I'll
you
really
stuff that
protect
Elvis
Michael
has done
Jackson
wrong.
too. I won't.
Yeah, Elvis. Michael Jackson's a weird one because I was talking about this video because there was a video that popped up and he was on Neverland or something. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
And he had like 9 kids with him, and they wouldn't stop pushing him in the pool. Okay. And they pushed him in, and every time he did, he'd be like resisting it because he didn't want to go in the pool. And then, when kids get like, your nieces and that, and they're just like, do this, and you're like, no, I don't want it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh God, I'm in pain or something. They're pushing him in, and it's funny because he's not in a swimsuit or anything. Like they are. He's
got a brolly and everything.
Yeah. No, he was like pretty chill. And then he kept having to get out. You could see him drying, and they're all playing, and he looked quite sad. And then they would find him as soon as he got dry, and they would all, because there's a lot of them, and he was quite frail. They were really pushing. He was really digging his heels in, and then once he kind of forgot, when he got to the edge, he would like jump in just give it up.
Yeah.
And he did it 3 or 4 times. And then there was a bit where he was talking to the camera and he was getting done for like an award ceremony. He's in full tux, nice hair now. He's like, I'm finally dry. He goes outside to say goodbye to them. They put him in the pool.
Oh,
and he looks like he's so panicked. He's like, no, I'm dry and I have to go. Then he has to just give up because there's so many of them. So talking about, he built something there and he created his own downfall. But I don't want to bring this up, but I watched this video and there was something about it that was like a nightmare to me.
Yeah. All right.
You're getting dry and just getting pushed into a
Next time I'm in person, we'll do a conspiracy episode. We'll set it up properly where we can actually watch the visual part of it and then actually react to it.
What do you want to talk about?
So what? The celebrity deaths and mourning the celebrity deaths of people that
you don't know these people personally.
No.
But people do get very sad when certain celebrities die and stuff. But is that... Because my theory on it is you invest a lot of time in these people, even though you don't know them.
Yeah.
Like with us, with wrestling. Wrestling's a prime example.
Yeah.
We literally spend our whole lives watching these people week to week without stopping. They're in your homes. Like, you feel like you know them.
Yeah.
So when they die, it's a big part gone, from your day-to-day life. But people do find it funny when people... More the death of someone they don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's weird.
I personally actually find it weird of putting like rest in peace on social media to certain celebrities that I just don't know.
Yeah.
Like in that way, I don't fall into that. But I do get sad when people, especially when they get taken before their time.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of thingy. But my first recognition of a celebrity death or like massive main star one was Princess D.
Yeah.
That was my theories on Princess D, and we'll get to that in the experience.
All right. Have you watched too much Crown? Because I'm right there too.
Yeah. Is that a program?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Okay.
I'll say this. I think there's more to Diana than what people let on.
100% there is, yeah. All right.
I don't think she's a good person. You know what I mean? I don't know enough, maybe. But I feel like I don't like how it says she's a Mother Teresa. She's not Mother Teresa.
We'll go deeper into it. She had her skeletons in her closet for sure, but she was pushed. She was pushed to a lot of those as well.
Yeah, but there's a conspiracy to her death as well.
100%. Yeah, the 100% is. Yeah.
What are we talking about? Morning deaths. As a wrestling fan, like you said, we've had to do that a lot growing up because it's ran in wrestling a lot back in the day. So the people we grew up with. So I don't know if maybe it desensitized me a little bit, but like you said, I think with death, a lot of it, when it comes from like animals all the way through to like celebrities or to your own family, time is a big part of what changes it.
Yeah.
Like before your time is so much harder to take than anything.
Yeah.
I'm bad because I've got like imposter syndrome, but with our wrestling, for example, there's people out there that have like our tattoos. There's people that I met. We've had so many emails when we used to do YouTube regularly. They were like, the only reason I'm still here is to watch your videos on a Thursday. And whether that's 3 people or 300 people or 3 million people, that's something.
100%.
But I kind of see. I'll downplay everything I do. Someone see you doing a podcast, they'll be like, "Oh God, it's rubbish. It's just it's a joke. It's a joke."
You need to get out of mentality.
Yeah, right.
Out of mentality.
But so therefore, for me to go as far as like laying in bed for 3 days crying because Chandler Bing's died, I find it tough because I don't know the guy, but I'll miss the character because I like Chandler. I don't know the person.
Yeah.
But saying that, I say that ironically because Chandler did actually affect me. He didn't make me cry, didn't put up a post. But I mean, again, if people want to do that, like I said about the tattoos, I'm not going to go see the used and get a tattoo and cry like he would. But I mean, I would go watch a show and be like, this is a nice show. Because I'm like normal. But like, so I understand.
I'm not the same people that do that are normal.
No, I think they're brilliant. But do you know what I mean? Like, some people fall, certain things just catch people.
It's down to what impacts you as well. Like, if certain people impact you throughout your life for certain reasons, it has a bigger effect, like overall.
And you think these things get you through things. Like, the used music got you through a lot, let's say. That's...
You saying a bird or Quinnside?
No, but I'm saying, I think now enough time's passed that I think you'd be like, oh, that's sad. Because it is sad. It's always sad. But I think it's just, I think sometimes we don't put merit actually in the real world enough into what they're doing on TV or music or in sport. Because, I mean, there's certain parts of the world where, like, football is religion. If a sports person dies, that's... So many people live their life weekend to weekend just to go to that sport. So it means so much to me. It literally got them through the hardest times. We lived through COVID, we learned how hard it is to just get through day to day. We relied on TV shows and music and podcasts and friends and all these things. So I think we sometimes don't actually... I definitely downplay it because I think I have imposter syndrome for myself. So the idea of someone getting really sad, I'm like, I don't know what to say. But I do understand it. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lightly pepper it because it's not for me. But I don't think it's bad for people to do it.
No, I don't think it's bad. I'm gonna slightly pepper it.
I said light pepper and you want to change the words. That's cool.
No, I'm gonna pepper it too.
I said pepper. I said lightly pepper. Right, I'm actually gonna slightly pepper it. If you're doing like a recipe and I said light or slight, would that be different measurements?
No. No, it wouldn't. It would be the same.
So why didn't you say the same?
All right, I'm gonna
say the same.
I'm gonna lightly pepper it too.
Okay. I don't know how hard you made that.
Yeah. Whatever you need to do to kind of people breathe in their own way, certain things.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna pepper it. So I think.
And he's still trying to go over.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen? No, we'll save it.
You can't talk about it.
Save it for conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm gonna pepper it because I think you rely on things like celebrities in depending on whatever walk of life you're in and what you fancy and you enjoy. Like I think it's important. Like those things shape your day to day. So
massively. And your emotions as well, like your day to day happiness and stuff. Is relying on a lot of those things. My one's actually a little bit on the same lines, but not at all.
My day. Oh, my days.
It's your day.
Yeah,
all right. It's coming up next month.
Are you gonna do the one that you were gonna do last week?
I don't know what it was.
Oh, you done Bruno.
Did I build it up?
You did because you were like, we've already done enough, but it was so late in the day that it would have apparently been quite heavy.
No, I don't remember.
Already.
That's probably like rice cookers or something because that's quite a heavy topic, especially for my tummy.
Yeah.
My one's actually fan fiction.
Fan fiction.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. What's your favorite fan fiction piece?
I've never even read. Oh, I've read some.
Yeah.
But I'm asking it because I know you're big into your fan fiction.
Describe what fan fiction is.
So it's you write. You make up stories about the characters in a show, and you make it your own thing.
Okay.
Do you not know what fan fiction is?
I don't properly. I don't think I've dived deep into fan fiction.
An idea of fan fiction would be if you go on Reddit and look up Cody Rhodes fan fiction. You would find Cody Rhodes and CM Punk love story.
Okay.
And it is a 3,000-page essay of a whole story of how that love story happened. And it talks about very intimate moments in great detail and that kind of thing. And again, that is not all there is. But for example, One Tree Hill, my update is near the end of season 7. They've got a lot of fan fiction based on that because people do ones where the whole story is Brooke and Lucas and together. Certain things. Friends has it as well. But people write so much about it.
Yeah.
And I just think it's crazy.
People get invested and then their creativity goes to the max. I think I probably have massive fan fiction for myself. off.
Well, that's the title of the podcast.
Well, this is what I brought up because I was going to say, how close are your dreams or your thoughts to actual fan fiction?
I think you might.
Like, have you ever read a story in your head and got deep into it?
Yeah.
Without writing this in paper, right?
Yeah. Of
you and Brooke Davis being together.
No, not me and Brooke Davis.
Is there characters in the world?
Yes.
Not people you know. I'm talking about celebrities.
It'll be celebrities.
Are they celebrities not in character, just like the actual day-to-day?
Yes, the actual day.
It's Taylor Swift.
No.
Who is it? Is it Monica Adams? Who's that?
I'm not the that's
No, I need to know the character.
No.
Can we all have 3 guesses each? And if we get it, you actually have to say yes.
I'm just trying to think of.
You don't have to explain what the story is. I'm just saying who's in it.
Okay.
I said, is it Monica Adams?
Monica Adams.
Who's that?
I think that's the coach and cheer, the older lady. I don't know why I just brought it up.
When you said that older coach and cheer, I thought you were going to be like the coach from Scary Movie.
Yeah, take off your bra if you like. No, it's a real TV show.
Yeah. No, I don't know that one.
Okay, that was a gag. I thought you wouldn't know him, and I was right.
Yeah.
The people, can we ask you like 21 questions?
I don't know if because I've got quite a few like going through my mind at the moment that I can't figure out.
You've got multiple women in your head.
Yeah.
That's mad. Are they singers?
No, we need to move on. I can't.
Why can't you tell us a celebrity? What? The only way I can think this is interesting is because I don't understand why you couldn't just say, "Oh, it's Selena Gomez." I don't know if we need to start recording because I need to ask you why you got this. It's got to be Taylor Swift.
No, Taylor's not one of them. I did get quite bummed out when
she went out.
Yeah, at the start, but now I'm over. That's fine. But I'm happy. Like
you're happy. Have
they
asked you?
No, to be fair, I did. There was a weird thing. Because it's embarrassing.
Is that the main concern?
I
don't say if I said tell us the story, I'd be like, I'd be cringing.
There was one about Taylor Swift. You're right.
I knew it was in there.
But
do you mean on a subway and she's playing guitar?
No, no.
That's my one. No, I'm kidding. Do you know what's crazy is if you ask me to draw Taylor Swift right now, I won't be able to do it.
I will tell you off pod what the Taylor Swift one was.
Oh, hell yeah. And I'll tell it next week on the show, so come back next week. So Bruno basically does fan fiction.
I think I do.
So are you peppering that?
100%. But I just don't have the ability or the nuance to write it down. I might make an absolute bomb if I just...
Yeah, I don't think there's any money in it, but I mean, you might get a fan base.
Hey, you can. Hey, on Reddit you can get upvotes. You can get like certain. You can make gold on Reddit, which is money. Yeah, because KSI does the Reddit challenge, and when he really likes something, he platinums it. Platinum, and it's like 50 quid or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, so like stories on there, like funny stories. You can actually reward the story. That's mad. I don't know.
Watch KSI's Reddit.
Okay.
One time.
Okay. One time.
One time.
Do it for me one time.
Give it out to me one time.
Are you peppering a cornet? I'm a cornet. It's weird. I think.
So you put me on a little spot.
I can't understand what celebrity's embarrassing.
I'll tell you later. It's not all.
Is it Matt Haley?
No.
Okay.
There has been no men.
So that's what I thought it might have been, and I was like, I don't want to put you on the spot. I realised midway, and I was like, oh, this is awful that I'm pushing this. No. He comes out on the podcast for the first time.
Whoa, what an episode that would be.
That's what I mean.
Right at the end
Could
of
you
it.
do that? Because that might get us some hits.
Yeah.
I'm going to lightly pepper it.
Lightly pepper?
Yeah. Just because I think, I know what you were saying, it is a bit odd, but I think, like, with the same thing with the celebrities that die, I think if you're that invested and it gets you through a day, do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah.
You're not hurting anyone. And on that note, heavy corn.
Corn in it. I was going to say it's been a lot of pepper this episode. Last week was a lot of corn.
Positive.
Sweet little chiclets of corn in my mouth.
Yeah. I do want to get some structure because my OCD brain to this segment where if 3 of us pepper, that becomes a heavy pepper or a spicy pepper or something. And when all 3 of us corn, that's the only time when it's hard corn.
Yeah, and then like a graphic comes down where all three of us in dungarees are in a cornfield. We're like, "Bleh." I love that. What are the signs?
Yeah.
Like in signs.
Yeah.
2 things about signs before we go. Three things. The noise they make.
Pops.
Poppy's obviously seen signs.
Yeah.
It's a 12. Worrying. It's frightening. But that noise.
She's only 6.
Yeah. That's a part of the film I don't know about.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Poppy 6.
Oh, Poppy is, yeah.
Aren't you, Papa?
The other one, the bit where the oh, here we go, the Kerry, she got it all moving.
Hey, lady.
Popster.
Well, you tell.
The other part was the bit where the alien walks past at the birthday party. Still terrifying.
This got brought up at work the other day.
Really?
It's scarred a lot of people.
Yeah. And the other one is when he has like the injection of adrenaline, he does it through the jeans. I don't like that.
I don't think I've seen Signs enough.
Enough.
If at all.
You need to see it a good 15 times before it scars you.
Wacky Phoenix in the tinfoil hat.
Mel Gibson?
None of that. None of that rings a bell apart from the noise.
I'm moving. Friends. All right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right. Probably starting to snore, so she doesn't think when she's awake and she snores because she's tired. So that's her way of saying, guys, everyone get out of my room.
Yeah.
But she's going to adoption tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast, Poppy. And Poppy, just like everyone else, you can go to YouTube and you can go search Peppercorn Boys, watch the videos every single, pretty much Friday, and then these shows drop also on Friday?
Saturday.
On the iTunes.
Saturday. What?
iTunes, Spotify on the Friday.
iTunes, Spotify, anywhere where you listen on the Friday, and Saturday. The past couple of weeks have been Sunday for the binge. Yeah, because
and this is your check because I pay you good money.
I'm not going to put you on
the company credit card.
Ooh.
And you're now not getting.
I'm not going to put you on blast, but I did say that Eurovision week. Remind me to do it, and I was busy painstakingly away making your wife some cinnamon rolls. And that you absolutely...
They were cinnamon rolls?
Absolutely slated into...
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I was in the chalk pits.
You're in the chalky. You were going to run down it. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we lived at it before.
Cheddar Gorge. No.
Cheddar Gorge.
Chalky Gorge. You thought you were...
Oh, I thought Chalky Gorge. Cheddar Gorge, if you need to know, it looks like the Grand Canyon, but it's made of cheese.
So yeah, you didn't, and then that was a Sunday one, and then I had some Wi-Fi issues. So that was another Sunday after that, and then last week's was a Sunday as well. So,
anyone out there that's managers or owners of businesses, you've heard this one before from employees.
Excuses.
Yeah, it's electric. Anyway, you've all been magic.
It's been fun. I do like the in-person ones because one, I don't have to work on a delay, so I get your true reactions.
I'm glad also you did your story in person.
Yes, yeah. That was good. I'm waiting for our next, not our next one.
Oh, neck. I'm waiting for our neck.
I'm waiting for the in-person one with all 5 peppercorns where we can properly say the origin of the Peppercorn Boys and get properly.
It's on an unaired pilot somewhere, I think, that story.
Part of it is, but I was very early in the day, so I was very coy.
Were you being coy on that?
I was, because Lou said, Bruno, tell me the story, or Sam said, tell me the story. And you were like, and I said, no, I like the way that Scott says it. And then you started to say it, and then I jumped in, like I always do. Yeah. But it wasn't as great. But I'm going to work.
You got work on that story.
I've got 26 weeks under me, 27 now.
It's 27 podcasts.
It's episode 27.
We're out of control. They say that if you get past 10, you're in 1%.
Yeah.
We're way past.
Yeah.
We are way past.
Yeah.
I actually think we're really good.
So that's been delightful. So yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then go over to where you watch your watch again. I do that every time, where you listen to your podcast and follow on there. Amazon, Spotify,
download. It's so much easier for us.
And iTunes.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it now.
Do it.
What was I going to say as well? It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice having you in person.
It is, yeah.
For 2 reasons. One, you can't swear at me.
No, I can't. Because this is a strict PG household.
PG household, yeah.
And I wouldn't swear in front of a dog either.
No.
Because that would scare.
So that's scare?
That would scare.
Oh, that was scare.
Scare her.
And I was going to ask, have you said hey now a lot tonight?
I don't know.
I don't think you have.
I'll go back and... no, because I haven't had to worry about... Let me in. Let me talk. Let me talk. Because I've just talked.
Right. I haven't looked that way much. But
No.
You're awake.
Partly, yeah.
Partly.
I might have to step in tomorrow on the Old Gunners podcast. That's...
Oh, because he's not going to.
Yeah.
He's not going to be lively now. Oh,
I think Spag's really... Like,
Spag's ready.
Hey.
Spag-
Hey. I'm right in there. I don't like that. I'm not... That's not making... That's not making the edit. That's not making the edit.
Get me talking. Poppy. From Poppy, from the Peppercorn Boys. Good day to all.